Friday, December 10th, 2021. For me, another day of social distancing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well, staying safe, getting the vaccine. And this week was supposed to be a vacation for me. It was supposed to be about me just packing, getting ready for me to close on a home, preparing my finances, doing the budget and all that. And none of that happened. This week was probably one of the most stressful weeks I've had in a long time, even with the hospitalizations and all that. It's very stressful. So, all right, story time. Monday, I had reached out to my lender and asked, is it safe to start packing? Is it okay to anticipate moving? Because I'm coming up on closing and I hadn't packed a thing, just because I know nothing's guaranteed in this process. Even though this is a new process for me, I'm a first-time home buyer, and I was like, yeah, we're ready to go. However, later on that day, I got a text message saying, you have a few minutes to talk. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I got a call from my lender, and he said, I ran into a bit of a problem. I was like, oh man, okay, that's fantastic. He said, the HOA doesn't have a reserve fund. And I'm like, first of all, I have no idea what you're talking about. And second of all, why does that matter to me? I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. And he said, because of that, in order, you're supposed to have a due diligence done when it comes to securing the loan for the percentage that I'm putting down. And, to be perfectly frank, anticipated putting 5% down. That's what that's what I wanted to put down to keep my mortgage payment at the amount that I wanted it to be. And so that's what I was thinking. We were going with. That's the numbers that I got on my closing disclosure document. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. However, because the HOA didn't have a reserve fund, at least not listed on the budget for 2022, then he was like, well, because of that, we're going to need an additional 5%, so I have to put 10% down on this huge loan. And as you can imagine, I was angry. I didn't let it show, of course. I said, well, I've got to think about it. Can you send me a disclosure package that has the new numbers, what exactly is needed? And he was like, oh, well, he couldn't send me that, but he could send me a revised illustration, which is something I'm very familiar with. So the illustration shows what the numbers will be based on, the new down payment. And sure enough, it was completely out of my budget for trying to purchase a home. And plus, I have to get some minor repairs done. I'm definitely looking at getting painted, as well as I have to get a refrigerator and washer and dryer, and I've got to pay for moving expenses, all those things. So I know how much I have to budget towards this thing, and as much as possible, I don't want to go over. I do have like 2 more paychecks that are coming in that I will add to the equation, and that will help. But anyway, let me get back to my story. So Monday that happened. Tuesday, I was about to ask my siblings for some help on this, and I was like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that, and I'm definitely not going to ask my parents for help. So I reached out to other lenders, and I reached out to 3 other lenders, heard back from 2, told them, that I was closing in 2 weeks, and is there anything, that can be done? And so I submitted, I didn't submit paperwork, but I I did enough where they checked my credit and they were like, yeah, you know, got excellent credit. We can lock you in at this 8% APR. And I was about ready to start that process with them. Well, you know, I kept getting messages from my lender saying, well, I'm going to check with the HOA again and see if that information is correct. My realtor did the same thing, and turns out they actually do have a reserve. And it took a couple of days to figure that out. But Thursday evening, I got a call. No, I'm sorry, I got a text say, hey, you know, hold on, I think we got things worked out. We'll talk on Friday morning, which was already set for us to talk about the final numbers, because next week is closing. I have to wire that 5% down plus the closing costs before our meeting next Friday. So long story short, 5% down is what I'm putting on it, plus, you know, closing costs, and it's within my budget, so I can breathe a little bit easier, and I can continue to plan ahead. You know, get movers, get a washer and dryer, get a refrigerator, as well as talk to my contractor again, which I did reach out to him earlier today to secure time in the next 2 weeks, actually 3 days after closing, to begin work and painting and you know, getting some of the baseboards redone, some minor repairs done in there, and then my goal is to move in there the week in January, like second or third week in January, and fully lock that down. But as you can imagine, this was supposed to be a vacation week of just planning, getting my stuff together, and it's been wrecked because of the drama. And now I can kind of sit back today and you know, just kind of pause and reflect on everything. And next week I'll be back at work. Friday's closing. I'm gonna see if I can take it a half a day and get that done, and then I'll probably spend the rest of the weekend in that area, get some keys made from a contractor, and he can start the work, and then yeah, and then I'll be doing something a little bit different, being a first-time homeowner, which is a whole different type of stress, but you know, it's time. And that's all I got for today. I appreciate you. If you watch this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You'll know when I post my next video. And I will see you soon. Take care.